Hello and welcome to another episode of Poolzcast. Today we have the team of Trakx. Welcome.
Hello. Hey. Hi, guys.
Please introduce yourself and your role at Trakx, please.
Yeah, so I'm Lionel Rebibo, CEO at Trakx and co-founder. Yeah, I've been in at Trakx for almost 5 years now. We co-founded it 5 years ago, and before that, I was in traditional finance on the hedge fund side, desk analyst and trader on different kind of instruments.
Perfect. Now tell us a bit about the product that you have. What is a unique selling point compared to other products in the market?
Yeah, so what we do is what we call crypto tradable indices, which are very similar effectively to ETFs, except that the legal wrapper is different and the distribution channels are different, but the mechanics and the principles are the same in that we give a broad exposure to the market or to particular themes like NFT, metaverse, meme coins, DP, RWA, you name it. And we also offer more sophisticated smart beta and alpha strategies like momentum-based products, risk on, risk off, value products, and so on. Our positioning is very much on the systematic, non-discretionary approach. We don't want to have any discretion over the selection of the constituents, which we put in our strategies. We have a systematic based approach. What defines us as well is, we have a tech-first approach. We're not a pure asset management. We're not a pure tech company either. We're something in between. So we spent 4 or 5 years developing the full stack ourselves from the ground up. We cover the whole value chain now, end to end, from the conception of the product to their launch, and we manage the whole life cycle of the products ourselves, which reduces the dependencies and improve the efficiencies. So that's how we differentiate ourselves, is really the fact we cover the whole value chain. I think we're the only ones to have this approach in the market. The team is also, insanely good. I mean, we have veterans of finance to do a bit of name dropping. We have guys from, ex-head of sales at Goldman, ex-head of index business at Bloomberg. Really this kind of high profile on the business side. On the tech side, we're equipped with like super well equipped, very high senior guys who have been very carefully selected. So yeah, I'd say that the team is definitely a big difference. And finally, the regulation. We're among the first one to be regulated in France for the trading platform, for the custody, fiat to crypto business and OTC business. So I'd say it makes our clients a bit more comfortable in terms of what we want to do. So yeah, that's the key differentiating factors. And sorry, last but not least, because we also happen to have an exchange. To be clear, it's only a tool. It's not meant to be the core part of our business, but it's key to onboard the more retail segment and to facilitate the exchange of our own product. But even on that, we differentiate ourselves in terms of the processes. Like, we mitigated pretty much all the counterparty risks we could, and we didn't wait for FTX to do that. So we have a very conservative approach. We put all the constituents at segregated accounts. We can't do anything stupid with that. We don't put any leverage, no synthetic instruments, no lending. So it's a very sort of a conservative approach. So that's a key difference versus competitors who tend to monetize the business in different manners
Got it.
by taking more risks effectively.
Yeah. No, no, got it. Now, in terms of team, you already mentioned a bit. Maybe we jump into that a bit more. If you could talk a little bit
Mhm.
more about the backers and partners that you have.
Yeah, of course. So we have, I don't know if I can present the slides, but yeah, I mean, people can see, I guess, in the white paper as well. So we're a team of about 20 now, evenly split between biz dev and developers. Again, it reflects pretty well our fintech positioning. So, myself, I have a background, at Fidelity for a couple of years, then three different hedge funds based in London, where I was doing mostly credit, then equity, then capital structure arbitrage. Laurent Barocas has a background at Lehman Barclays, before that Citi, and then heading the index franchise at Bloomberg. Alex Jensen as well, global head of sales, used to head the sales team, Nordic sales team at Goldman Sachs. Ryan Shea, our crypto economist, also was at there as a portfolio manager. So it's really, I mean, I can't, go too much into details. I mean, feel free to check their LinkedIn profiles, but it's really this kind of very, very high profile that we managed to, we're very fortunate to have. And beside this, we're also very fortunate to have, top shelf strategy committee made of, ex-CEO at Lixor, MSCI, ex-CEO at Lixor, and this kind of profile. So we're super, super well surrounded. And on the tech side, it's guys who typically had a background for the most part in TradFi as well, working in top banks like Credit Suisse, UBS, but also some hedge funds like Brookcrest and so on. So it's really, I'm sorry, I'm doing some name dropping, but really this kind of very high profile that we managed to recruit.
No worries. Great. Now let's talk about the token utility and tokenomics. What's the utility for the users to hold your token, and how does the token lead to a revenue for your project?
Yeah, of course. So, I mean, to start with, really to give you some background, initially we were focused on the semi-institutional segment, like family offices, hedge fund, and so on. And we decided more recently to open up to the retail business, and we thought, the token was a really, really great acquisition and retention tool for the retail segment. So to be clear, it's not just a fundraising exercise. It's as much importantly, it's also a way for us to grow into the retail segment. So the idea, at a very high level, is to gamify the approach, and that includes, anything from, I mean, the usual stuff you'd find in an exchange token, like reduced fees on the platform, and this kind of, and buyback and burn and staking program, of course, in place, but also more creative stuff like giving access to higher value added product, which other non-token holders wouldn't have access to. Have like of course VIP service, but more importantly, I'd say on the way we manage our day-to-day business, we'd quite like the community to get involved on like the selection of the products which go in or out of the platform. Check also all the constituents, make some decisions on which chain we should move the assets. Should we use this or that bridge or this or that wrap token? So all the kind of decisions we make almost on a daily basis, we'd like the community to participate to that and be rewarded as such. And lastly, still, a core part of our business, we developed our own trading bots, but we'd like the market, I mean, the community to compete against us effectively, and we'd like to reward them effectively to boost the liquidity on our product, because it's obviously the name of the game. So yeah, there's really like tens and tens of different use cases which we've identified. I just named a few here to give you a broad idea, but we have literally tens of ideas.
Yeah. And then in terms of upcoming plans in your roadmap in the next few months, what is on the plate?
Yeah, so we have a few things. I mean, on the development side, we'd like to add more chains. Again, we're not really focused on the retail segment before that, so our clients were not two gas fees entities, but we recently added a few blockchains, and we'll continue doing that. We'll also launch a bunch of more sophisticated products. So we started recently with what we call a recovery product, which uses a mix of on-chain and off-chain signals. We'd like to continue in this path, like adding more value-added product, like I said, which will be mostly accessible by the token holders. The white labeling, gray labeling solution is a big growth engine for us. I mean, people see a lot of value in our tech, and we'll leverage that actually to grow through partnerships. So that's a key development for this forthcoming year. It's really to grow through partnerships by leveraging our tech, shipping our products across different distribution channels, and vice versa. Onboarding some external managers who would list their own strategies onto the Trakx platform. So we've already started, and we'll make some announcements soon as well. So, that's something in the pipe. Obviously, on the regulatory side, we're already working on MiCA, which is a big, big thing to us. We've always been at the forefront on the regulatory side. We think there's a lot of value in it doesn't come, it doesn't come easily. Of course, there's a lot of strings that come attached to it, but there's a lot of value being properly regulated, like passporting your products and so on. So that's another big thing for us. We're going to focus on next year. It's MiCA. So and then obviously there's a lot of tweaks here and there, like improving the UI UX, which we do on a continual basis, and adding a few features here and there.
Perfect. Now, um, as you know, community is very important for any project. So, what plans do you have, or what campaigns do you have right now for the community to get more involved with the project?
Yeah, so we'll put in place, a staking program out of the gate as soon as we launch the token. Of course, that's a natural thing to do, but we'll also put in place some trading competitions. I think it's a great way to emulate the whole ecosystem. So that's something we'll put together as well, and put some incentive programs around, account creation, deposit, trading activities, all these kind of things. We did quite a few daily quests, of course, and we'll continue doing those. So, there's, all these kind of incentive programs. And again, those we've listed like probably 10 of them, which we'll do over the next couple of weeks. So, please follow our social networks, Telegram or X account, and you can keep track of all those things that we launch in due course.
Okay. Yeah, perfect. So now the token IDO is happening actually right now on Pools. So after the recording, probably users already purchased it, and I'm sure it's gonna do well. Uh, Talk about the listing if you can. Where are you gonna list? When is the listing, and what chain?
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, I mean, yeah, I'll have to be tight-lipped on that because we're literally doing the last thing as we speak. But it will include some quite large and well-known exchanges. I can't tell you more. If we have the same discussion tomorrow, I might be. But I mean, we'll release it for sure on our social networks by tonight or tomorrow, but it includes some pretty good sexes. Alongside this, the plan is also to co-launch on DEX, namely QuickSwap. And so it will be released at about the same time, and we'll set up our own liquidity pool and manage it. So yeah, it will be sexes, like at least 3 sexes and QuickSwap. So,
Sure.
it's going to be on Polygon, obviously.
Awesome. And in terms of listing, is the date locked in or not yet?
Yeah, so it's well for the that's why I said I have to be tight-lipped because we're reviewing with 2 of them the potentially the date, but yes, it's gonna be at least with 2 of them on the 14th of October at 11 a.m. UTC.
Great. Thank you for all the responses that you've given. That was the conclusion of the first part. Now, at the end, I want to give you a couple of minutes if you want to share anything about the project or any call to action for the community of pools, as they would love to hear it from you.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I mean, the idea for us is really to grow organically the community of traders. I think, there's a good overlap, between Pool's community and what we're looking for, really in terms of, potential investors. So, we put in place some incentive programs, like I said. For sure, we'll put like the staking, but much more beside this on the trading activity. I mean, the community will be very generously rewarded for all the actions that it will take. The idea is really to grow virally. So, I encourage you to start following us and onboard yourselves on the trading platform, and we'll announce, like I said, many things. I can't spoil all that we're going to do, but there's a huge pipe of things we're going to announce over the coming weeks.
Perfect. So that's the end of the AMA with Poolzcast. Thank you for your time and great answers. I wish all the best for your listing as well, and I'm sure you'll be very successful. So thank you for your time.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.